early in my career, I used to work with my colleague Dave. Every week we'd have a call with Hope DeBlasis from Toys R Us to talk about the status of products and in their pipeline and talk about opportunities to improve with some of their vendor relationships. Dave and I used to make sure there was always a pot of coffee brewed at about 3 o'clock before we'd make the call. So we'd go out there and get a hot cup of coffee, and then we'd sit down together, go through reports, and we'd talk with Hope. And it was always a fun conversation because she was always a very honest person, not afraid to talk about things we could do better or even just give us feedback. And it's often something we forget to talk about, whether it's with a big client, like one of those top 10 clients for us, or maybe it's one of those newer clients. Ask them what we could do to improve. And sometimes it's a little bit more of a subtle question than just this blunt, what could we do to improve? Like it's a customer satisfaction survey. But asking what else is going on, and as you're giving results and talking about the outcomes of what you've achieved, maybe asking more and just learning about them, some open-ended questions about what else they're working on. Wonderful lessons about that, and one of those takeaways from Hope. I remember it was one of those in-person ones. We used to meet with her for dinner, the whole team, once a year, and I remember sitting at her right side. We were talking about the new online manual we had created for her with the entire quality assurance program for the United States. And I said, so Hope, what do you think about it? How do you feel about this online manual? Because our IT department was obviously really excited about it, building databases and everything to remove paper from the process. And she said, well, what happens when the power goes out? What do I do then? I said, well, that's actually a pretty good point. So it was just one of those levels of understanding about how she was thinking as a client. Even though we always offered great service, very personable, we were a dedicated team to her, there was this nuanced thing where she just wasn't very comfortable with it. And because she was a very down-to-earth person, wasn't really interested in just what's new and fancy or fun just because it is, or just because it's cool. She was always thinking about really in a pragmatic way about outcomes for the people that work with her. So just one of those takeaways. Enjoy those conversations like I did with Dave. If it's not every week, maybe the cadence is a little bit different, but sit down with a cup of coffee and ask people how it's going and what else they're working on, and you might just find a great new source of innovation. Talk to you soon.